Howdy doody, everybody. I hope everybody's doing all right tonight, this Friday evening. I've got no idea what you guys are doing, but hope everybody's well. We, maybe judging by the title of this, have a few things kind of planned that I can talk about this evening. Things that we have not talked about in live streams before. The Geo 4 NXL Las Vegas that happened a couple weeks ago. 3 weeks ago, something like that. And then also, the mechanical CS2 frame. So, yeah, coronavirus. We're going to keep going on this Paintball Ruin My Life thing. Jordan, how are you again this evening? Yeah, we did a live stream last night, too. So this time, last live stream was kind of random. I want to say this time I'll be we're a little bit more prepared. I've got 3 things we can talk about. And then I'm also going to put timestamps in this one. So tomorrow morning, or probably later this evening, we'll do timestamps, and you guys can skip forward to find things a little bit easier. So we'll do timestamps for like the Geo 4, you can look below. NXL Las Vegas, that'll be below. That CS2 Mechanical frame. And then any like, I don't know, things that are worth timestamping, we'll say. Yep. I don't know, I was gonna say something else, but I don't know what I'm blanking on. One thing that I wanna try to do this week is I've seen a lot of people, I don't know, this is a common format for the internet, for sure, just asking AMA stuff. So that hashtag right there in the top right corner, the Paintball Ruin My Life hashtag. So earlier was asked to me in like a comment somewhere, if I ever answered. Like, some people like to ask these questions in the live stream, right? And then I just reply to them. But it's only for people that are live. So being able to answer like those quick little questions, I can just give like, a 20, 30 second answer. I would like to do a video on that where I answer like 15 questions or whatever real quick. And if you want, you can leave a question below. I'll answer it. Or use, I should say, that hashtag right there. You could put that on Twitter or Instagram, Facebook, really just those 3. So if you want to ask a question, if you're not watching this live, say, and want it in that AMA Ask Me Anything style video, leave a question below. Or use that hashtag wherever you want. That one right there. And it can be paintball related, right? I'll answer paintball questions, or we'll answer like, I don't know, paintball related stuff, or questions about me, if you want to know stuff about Brad Johnson. Yep. So if you want, hashtag PBRML, Paintball Ruined My Life. Yeah. So without further ado, I guess that we will jump into Patrick McKenna. How many events will NXL cancel this year? You should know that more than I do, I think. I don't know. Are you planned for anybody? I don't know. I don't know. Who knows? I don't know, I don't know. Who knows? I don't know. Yeah, who knows what's happening in life? Nobody has any idea. So without further ado, I think we're going to try to jump right into a video. We're going to watch Coaching Grevo. That sounds right. I was like, yeah, okay, for sure. By the way, you guys have been doing absolutely fantastic this year. I guess last year too. Okay. Yeah, dude, NXL, I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe they should cancel the whole season. I mean, I hate to say that, but like, save that money? I don't know, dude. I don't know. Okay, so we're going to watch the Ironmen win now. So we're going to watch together the last point of NXL Las Vegas Pro Division. Yeah, right there. So this is going to be the last point between the Los Angeles Ironmen and Moscow Red Legion, I believe is their like official name.
Last 3 points. And not get his G. Oh, they cut you.
So we'll watch this and then I'll like, I don't know, talk about it a little bit. Maybe I'll talk over it.
Russians are coming.
Yeah, there goes another death. Thomas Kim needs to tighten it up as well, too.
All the Ironmen need to tighten it up.
Well, now here's Sergey onto their side of the field. They're just letting the Russians run a racket on him right now. There's 40 seconds left alive. All they need to know.
Oh, here goes the yellow.
Yellow flag on the Russians. They're going to pull out Golev, but not before he gets a kill on both players. I think Golev shot both bodies.
One left alive. Molloy's still alive.
Is there any bodies left alive? Is there any bodies left alive for the Russians?
Is it Dorito one hot? Yeah, Malloy. Oh, no, they just pulled Malloy.
They pulled Malloy. So
Ironman just won their first tournament in 10 years.
Corey Field with the shoulder
Wow.
injury, the last player left alive. He did not start last year, but Corey Hall earned the start, and he's going to be the last player left alive in order to get the first victory in 10.5 years.
Good job, brothers.
Unbelievable. Ironman going crazy in the pits right now, triumphant and victorious.
Good job,
Unbelievable.
Todd Martinez, man. Good job.
That is what dedication looks like.
That's what hard work
That's
looks like.
what hard work and heart looks like. They were so confident. They bought into the program. They knew how hard it was going to be. They knew they were the underdogs in most of the games that they played this weekend, but they bought into the program. Looks like Corey Hall is going to have a heart attack out there.
I just had a heart attack. You kidding me? I wasn't even playing.
Unbelievable. Hey, man, I wore the shield for 6 years. I know you did too, and I feel really proud of those guys right now.
Was it really 6 years?
5.5.
Wow,
close enough.
Blink.
5.5.
So
man, I'm so happy right now.
I'm speechless
Yeah,
right
so
now. I think we got to give the MVP award to Alex Rodriguez, even though I honestly could make a solid argument
You can make a solid argument
for a lot of
LJ
those
for
guys.
sure.
I was going to say Parrish just
A-Rod's
played and
legit. I
stood
think
between
Alex
A-Rod and
Rodriguez, I constantly talk about Alex Rodriguez, and Alex Rodriguez is certainly one of the better players in the league. I mean, I think he's the, third best player ever or something, maybe. I think that Alex Rodriguez, because he's a bigger guy, he's not super short and fast. He's kind of got a little bit of chunk weight to him. He's definitely slimmed down recently in the last couple of years. I mean, he was a little chunker there for a couple of years, a long time ago. But because he's not that typical extremely aggressive player, I think that he doesn't get credit for it a lot of the time. So I don't know. I think because he's in the center and he shoots guys from far away, and he's not bunkering guys and doing these crazy moves a lot of the time, he doesn't really get credit for shooting as many people.
At World Cup.
And 10th, I mean, that's the way they've been playing for the last few years,
yeah,
right?
10th overall.
Just barely kind of hanging on, staying in there.
Yeah, and so if you look at the last event that the Ironmen played, Alan Golding is not here. Kyle Spica not here. Trevor Reeser not here. They did have Damian Ryan come back for an event, but if we go back, just 2 seasons.
Yeah, and I was thinking about guys not getting credit. I think about I was talking about Nick too. Nick Sloviak did such a good job. I think right there in the bottom corner. Yeah, Nick just did a good job. I think that we don't get to see these back guys. They just don't get credit because they're shooting guys from far away and they're not bunkering people and they're not getting all the fancy moves and stuff. I think one of the best players I ever played against is Dave Baines. Dave is not athletic. Well, yeah, Dave's athletic, but he's not. He's big and whatever. It's, Dave's 6'5", 6'6", 260 pounds. He's a big ass dude. But damn, he knows how to play paintball. His shot is on and just good, right? So it kind of shows that you don't really need to be that small, super fast athletic player. It's very possible to just be that average person that just does a good job. I don't know. Yeah. Oh, there's Nick. There's Nick right there. I know he was in here earlier. And then I was I talk about people, and I think it's weird talking about people when they're here. He did get shot a few times. Wait, what'd you say? I did get shot a few times out of the back for sure. That D side worked me. Yeah, the Dorito side was gnarly. Well, that's the one thing that I say too, is that I think I said this last time we were talking about Ironman doing well, is that it's hard to see when the back guys are doing well, but if you're on one of the better teams and you're playing every single point and you're one of the last guys alive, I mean, you're doing something right, you're winning points and you're the last guy, so something's got to be going well. It's just hard to see over the webcast. I think when we're in person, it's a little bit easier to see that stuff, but Through video, it's just a little bit hard to pick up. What are you guys asking? Birds. If you... I'm taking these off. I like yell. I think I like yell louder. Now I take them off and I sound crazy. If you can change one rule in the NXL, what would it be? Oh, I don't know. God, that's actually a good question. I like that question. I don't know. I'd have to like think about it. I don't know. I don't think that the NXL, there's nothing, I don't know if there's anything necessarily wrong with it. I think that if we were going to look at what should change, I think it might be a whole slew of rules. I don't know if there's just one individual thing that's like a big deal. I don't know. I think that if we were looking to change a lot of stuff, we should like switch to having bases and multiple flags and all kinds of crazy stuff. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Limited paint or ramping, but it doesn't do anything. Like, you know why? It doesn't really matter, right? Because we've done limited paint in the past, and we've done ramping, and we've done semi, and we've done all these things, and like, okay? I mean, the one thing I like about like mixing it up and changing it is that it makes it somewhat exciting, right? So I look forward to the new, like playing in like a couple months because I get to try the new bunkers, or I get to, you know, use the new rate of fire. It kind of makes it like interesting every year. But I don't know, it just doesn't make a difference, you know? Like, I don't know. It's like, oh yeah, and then people are gonna argue like, oh yeah, but ramping and you know, you shoot semi-auto and it's a skill, and it's like, well yeah, but then there's guys shooting 18 balls a second and that's just stupid. And so it's like, I don't know. It's such a weird thing. Patrick McKenna, I am 150,000% on board with that. We're going to talk about that. Mechanical guns in the Pro Division. But first, Royal Assassins, thank you so much. Thank you for being on. I'm going to continue, like, I feel like as we're transitioning into this upgrade of humans, I'm going to try to do more of these live streams since I'm home all the goddamn time anyway. And now everybody else is. We might as well do something. I appreciate it. Those super chats are going to help this channel stay alive. Certainly. Certainly. Patrick McKenna says mechanical guns in pro. That's something I like. I posted online and kind of like threw out a week ago, I think. I put on Twitter and like the Paintball Ruin My Life Facebook group that like, at this point, what's the difference between a CS2 and an EMEC? Like if you're playing capped at 10 balls a second with the CS2, there's really not a big difference between the CS2 and like these high end or the EMEC. I mean, you know, like they're just as air efficient, they're just as easy on paint. The only real advantage the CS2 has is a higher rate of fire. But if we're capping the rate of fire at 10 balls a second, you know, I can shoot my mechanical gun at like 8. So what's the difference? You know, like I get it's nicer, but it doesn't really like perform all that much better. So I was like, well, let's just use mechanical guns. You know, like there goes the like stupid, crazy high rate of fire problem, you know, where guys are shooting 20 balls a second in semi. And then it also makes it like a skill again. So everyone's kind of shooting in like 6 to 10 balls a second. We're not getting a guy shooting 6 like I would with an electric gun, and then a guy shooting 20. So I think it would be interesting to make the division only mechanical. You know, why not? But the drawback, especially now, but like the drawback of 2 weeks ago, a month ago, was that the whole reason that the Pro Division like can kind of exist, my voice cracked, exist is to sell products, right? I mean, like, let's look at a team, Houston Heat, right? Houston Heat shoots Luxes, right? High-end electronic gun that's $1,500, right? So every time DLX sells one of those guns, if they sell a gun, let's be honest, right? If they sell, we're gonna be real honest, if they sell a gun for $1,500 direct off their website, I bet that it costs them the Lux to make. They're not making it in the US. That gun probably costs about $300 to $350 to manufacture for Lux. Somewhere in there. So $350. So they're making, you know, $1,000 every time they sell that gun. Easy kill feed. I'm going to continue talking about mechanical guns in like the Pro Division. Hold on. Thank you, sir. I feel like limited paint would be a good change and good to finally catch you live. Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to hopefully do more of these live, like I was just saying. Limited paint, I don't know. I think what is stupid, I am full on for just like guys shooting 15 pods a game. It's just dumb, right? Like, what are we watching? Like, okay, I can go shoot a friggin' barrel too. You know, I'm just gonna shoot 15 pods at this gap. It's like, what am I doing here? Totally with you on that. But I don't think that limited paint is the solution. I think that making layouts faster so the games are just quicker and more exciting is the answer. You know, unlimited paint, but let's make the matches and points so fast that you're only shooting 3 pods. You know, kind of like we saw in the last tournament where there were 20 points scored in some of these matches almost. So I think redesigning the layouts to make it speed up, I think makes more sense. Anyway, so I think that in that, yeah, so Houston Heat, right, where they're using the Luxes, and every time Lux sells a gun off their website, they make $1,000, right? But if you're out there using an EMAC in the Pro Division, and they're selling EMACs, I mean, they're only selling those things for $200. So like every time Planet Eclipse sells one of those, they make $100 or like $80. So they don't make any money. So it's one of the reasons that like the pro guys are using all this like high-end crazy equipment is to sell products. That's not like a bad thing. I mean, that's how our economy works, really, by selling shit. You buying stuff and people making it. So I don't know. I think that just for that exact reason, we probably will never see mechanical in the Pro Division of the NXL. Yep, that's a long-winded like explanation, but I really think it would be interesting to see mechanical, but I don't think we will, just because, you know, that's just not how the industry works. Yep. Yeah, faster layouts. Lawn Gnome says, faster layouts make it easier to watch. You're not trying to figure out paint lanes. You can see someone run down the field and bunker like 3 guys. For sure, I'm with you on that. Like, I just want to see fun stuff. Like, I'm to the point now where it's like, it's kind of like pro athletes, right? You think about like the NBA, and like they're just entertainers. They're not really like athletes even. Like, athlete's just a fancy word for an entertainer that like runs. You know, like an actor is just an entertainer. An actor is just a fancy word for someone that pretends entertaining, you know? So like, I'm at the point where like, I'm watching Go Sports for entertainment. I'm not watching it to like, make sure this team wins or like for any other reason. So just make it crazy. Like, I don't give a shit. Just make it crazy. Let's put all the bunkers in the center of the field and just make a goddamn mash. Like, whatever. Like, I watch it for entertainment purposes, not to have fun. You know, like, I don't care if the layout's insane and it sucks to play. Too bad. Like, I don't know. Yeah. There we go, Nick. I have a funny story about that too. Nick Sloviat says, I tried to use my autococker in the 2015 PSP Texas, the last PSP and True Semi. I could shoot my SFL more consistent. 100%. I remember when Greg Sewers, I shot Greg's like gun. I forget what it was in True Semi. It was like, you like pull the trigger and like nothing happens. It's like, what the fuck is going on? It was crazy. What's funny though is like, they let you use the cocker though? They're probably not gonna let you use it because you can't cap the rate of fire. It was like when the MPPL had 15 balls a second capped semi-auto. And I had a buddy who wanted to use a pump gun. They wouldn't let him use a pump because he couldn't cap the rate of fire at 15. Hilarious. It's like, it's a Phantom. Like he was trying to use a Phantom. It was like, what? It was pretty funny. I don't know. It was humorous to me. True Semi, it was terrible. It was so terrible. It was awful. Okay, so we talked about, we're gonna switch back over to our media portion of this stream. We're gonna close that though. So what are we gonna talk about? We got the CS2 Mechanical frame. We're gonna listen to that. Okay, CS2 Mechanical. So first we're gonna listen to Jack Wood. Jack Wood from Planet Eclipse, the guy who actually designed and made the thing. we're going to see what he has to say.
We have a new rear section that we've done for the grips.
Yeah, blank.
Yeah, blank, so no console, no push buttons. So you're more comfy. Can obviously the grips come off exactly the same as the CS2 and CS1. Blows off, and then inside we have.
So I should say the quality on this might be a little wonky because it was like on a live stream.
There's no relationship
Facebook,
in any of these parts inside here to EMEC or M170R or GMEC. Nothing similar. Nothing. No parts taken over. It's all brand new. Sorry, the safety is the same.
Archie Montemayor wants to test it for us.
Does he?
Yeah.
Very generous of him.
Bet he does. I bet he does.
Thanks, Arch. So what we have is, this is confused a few people because we put something up on PB Nation about, I foolishly said we've used lever valve technology, and people thought we were making a mech frame for the LV. It's this, you can't mech an LV. So when we say mech everything, you can't mech an LV. You could mech a Geo, but we're not going to because it's that platform, the Ivy Core platform, doesn't really lend itself to being meched. The
GTEC.
pardon?
We'll get GTEC on.
This is the CS2 with the upcoming mechanical frame.
3, 4, 5 sets of ball races in here. We've got one on the ramp at the back on the lever. We have 2 on here and two on the trigger. We have a brand new 3-way assembly that's completely different to the previous 3-way assembly. Has an integrated QEV valve or QEV diaphragm built into there to exhaust the air from the back of the switch quickly. That doesn't affect the shot characteristics in any way. Just as allows us to have a much lighter M170. The pull is very small. So that's the, you see that's the full pull of the trigger. So we have the lever acting on a ramp on the, we have the trigger, the ball race acting on a ramp on the lever, pushing into the 3-way assembly. Pin's not actually bugging out because it's not aired up. We have spring adjustment in the back on the lever, which also helps push the trigger forward. Have magnetic return as well, so you have spring and magnet options for trigger. Obviously I have trigger pull adjustment, and then we also have a really cool feature which I'm really chuffed with, which is the little plate down at the bottom here. So what you have is basically a cam assembly at the top. So the way you have the profile for the lever at the top of the lever and the ball race on the top there pushing against here, that's connected to this mounting plate.
So AC and Nick, you both asked questions that I'll talk about.
And they've got matching
Nicholas,
marks in the frame as well.
Let's finish this.
By slackening these off, you can actually rotate. This plate around using these markers to help position it, and you can actually adjust the feel of the trigger by changing the position of the plate. You can go shorter and heavier. You can go longer and lighter just by rotating this plate around its pivot point and then clamping it back in place again. So that's a really cool little feature. Means again that the trigger is really customizable. Springs, ramp rates, magnets, length, everything in there is adjustable.
Willow Royal loves this.
It's super fast, super light, and pretty badass, to be honest.
Cool. Looks fancy. Like it.
We have a new rear section that we've done for the grips.
Yeah, blank.
Yeah, blank, so no console, no push buttons. So you're more comfy. Can obviously the grips come off exactly the same as the CS2 and CS1. Blows off, and then inside we have a brand new valve mechanism. So there's no relationship in any of these parts inside here to EMEC or M170R or GMEC. Nothing similar. No parts taken over. It's all brand new. Sorry, the safety is the same.
Archie Montemayor wants to test it for us.
Does he?
Yeah.
Very generous of him.
Bet he does. I bet he does.
Thanks, Arch. So what we
I don't know how long this is. I can't remember how long this went on for. I'm not sure. So, Cloaked Magician, I don't give a shit if you don't like me. Just don't be annoying to everybody else. I'm not concerned what you think about it. but your repetitive comments, I feel like, are going to get annoying in a minute here. So where was I at? I have like some information I guess I was going to try to talk about. I guess that CS2, let's go back over here. Let's go here. So that's some slideshow pictures of the thing. And yeah, I don't know. I think it's going to be interesting. It's just very weird that they're like selling these mechanical products for like a $1,500 gun. They're still not 100% sure how much it's going to cost. I think they said they were going to be around $200 to $225. Jack actually might have even said that just there in that video. I don't know when they're going to be available. I mean, one of the things that they tried or wanted to do was going to have them available in the next like 6 months. I think that the goal was to try to have them available, well, not 6 months, it was like 3 months. The goal was to try to have them available in June or July, hopefully a month or two before the Iron City Classic that takes place in Pennsylvania, that big 10-man tournament. But who knows now? I mean, I don't know. I don't know what's happening. The mechanical CS2 frame, I really like how they're using that lever right there. So it should be a very easy trigger pull and extremely adjustable. Just kind of like Jack said, you know? Yep. It should be interesting. The CS2 mechanical frame. So 2 of you asked me questions. Okay, you're getting annoying. Okay, you're getting annoying now. So AC, you wanted to know a message about, I don't know, what would you ask? You asked about like paint stuff, right? You asked about paint subscriptions and what I think about them. Dude, I truly don't know. I am not sure. The problem that I have with paint subscriptions is I don't play enough. I think that you have to be like super consistent and like playing every single weekend for it to make sense. And dude, like right now, I don't know. I would not get a paint subscription, you know? I don't know. I mean, here in California, I mean, we can't even open the paintball fields until April 7th. So it's like, who knows? I don't know. Paint subscriptions, yeah. Dude, I don't know. Don't get a paint subscription at this point. Nick was talking about like delaying guns and if Planet Eclipse has said anything. I don't know. I'm not a dealer, so I'm not like in direct contact with them all the time like some of the paintball stores are. But they did send an email out today that said like they're gonna try to like do whatever they can to continue filling shipments and continue to like provide customer support and all that stuff. So hopefully nothing changes. I mean, I don't know. Even if like FTW strategy. Well, we're in a FTW strategy time. Well, I appreciate it, sir, for the... It's weird to say Brad is beautiful and we love him. Love you. But it's weird for me to say that out loud. I appreciate that. Thank you, sir. I really do. Jack Wood said it on a podcast. What part? I don't know. They are delayed. Yeah, I imagined. I mean, you know, yeah, obviously, you know, like, yeah. I mean, it's not surprising. But, like, what does that mean? You know, like, is there a delay in manufacturing? Do they have some currently made and they can ship what they have? Like, what I would like to try to do is still get one. Like, I kind of hope that I will still be able to get a hold of one. And we'll still maybe be able to continue making stuff. Like, that's what I want. We'll find out. Some fields in California are open this weekend here in SoCal. Well, they shouldn't be. I mean, it's illegal. I'm sorry. People are fucking stupid, dude. I don't know. You guys are idiots if you go play paintball. Thoughts of a monthly paint I just talked about paint subscriptions. I just talked about all that. Well, I don't know what you were listed to. I specifically was like, I'll answer that question. And I don't know what happened. Yeah. Okay, so what else? What else are we doing here? We got mechanical frame. I guess we can talk about Geo 4. So, as a lot of you probably know, Planet Eclipse a few weeks ago released. Oh, I'm having some. What is going on here? Oh, there we go. I don't know. The Geo 4, the Planet Eclipse Geo 4. So this is, we're kind of late on doing like a little bit of announcer news presser thing on this. This is the Geo 4, new from Planet Eclipse, hopefully coming out here soon. As we discussed a little bit earlier in this live stream, they may be delayed a little bit. So these things are going to be $11.95, so $1,200. They're going to come in 6 colors, the ones we're looking at right there. You're going to get that, I don't know what they call that one. They have all these crazy names, right? That's a golden red one. That's a black one. They definitely call it Black Midnight. Let's see if there's another one coming up. There's that blue and gray one. I don't know what they call that one. But they're going to come in 6 colors. We're supposed to come out in a few weeks here. But I don't know now. I have that in my notes. What's kind of odd about these guns is that it's a new paintball gun. But it's not really all that new. So it has a bolt system that we're very familiar with. The IV core. So the IV core is the same bolt system that we're finding in the CS1 and the Geo 3.5. One of my biggest problems with like the CS1 was just how big it was. I mean, the whole thing was huge. The back grip frame was massive. I think the length of it just made the whole gun feel really big. So on the Geo 4, they have that size of the rear grip of the CS2. So it does have the CS2 removable grips. And they've also changed the angle of that trigger frame a little bit. So it's not going to make the gun like feel as stretched out. So it should feel a little bit shorter than the CS1, but probably shoot a little bit similar. I know one of the things that like Planet Eclipse were really like pushing was that, God, you guys are fucking awful humans. One of the like things that Planet Eclipse was pushing was that they think that this is more of the successor to the Geo 3.5 over the CS1. So I think that it might shoot a little bit more similar to the 3.5. I loved my 3.5. My 3.5 was the best gun that I ever owned. I was a huge fan of the way it shot and the ergonomics and stuff like that. So I am very interested in the Geo 4. It should be cool. $1,200 and hopefully available soon. I mean, I would like to hopefully be able to get our hands on one of these bad boys, do a review, or at least be able to go out to the paintball field and try to shoot the thing. There we go. The Geo 4. There's also a little bit of a quick teaser video. I guess we could watch that too. This is a video that Planet Eclipse put out. There's no audio on this because it was just like crazy loud trance friggin' techno stuff. This. Maybe not trance techno, but just some nonsense music. So it's a Planet Eclipse gun, so I assume it's going to be fantastic. Someone said earlier that they didn't really like the Eclipse or the CS2 because it was so boring. I'm with you. Maybe not boring, but like everyone has them, you know. They just get like old. Yeah. It just gets really like, I don't know. Everyone's got those guns, so it's just kind of annoying. Mm-hmm. You know, it'd be cooler if it was a little bit more, I don't know, unique. The Geo 4. Yeah, the sound is horrible. Well, I'm sorry. Sorry, the sound is horrible. Maybe you're talking about the CS2 has a horrible sound. I don't know. Horrible. I don't know if I'd say horrible. Who wants to be a moderator? Who do I know around here that I've been looking for people that like I see typically in this chat, and I don't see anyone. Normal moderators are not here. Yeah, CS2. Used 3.5 or LV1.5. I don't know. I would probably lean 3.5. I don't know why I said I don't know. I would definitely rather have 3.5. I've owned both of those. Much prefer the feel of the 3.5. Prefer the shot, ergonomics, all that stuff. So I don't know. One thing I do want to say is everybody, if you have questions and you want me to like do an answer them in a video, leave a comment right there. Because in a video coming up pretty soon, we're gonna do like an AMA where I like answer all kinds of cool questions. So leave a comment with that hashtag somewhere and I'll find it. The Ultimate Rental. I appreciate that Canadian again, dude. You're awesome. Geo 4, yay. For sure. I can't wait. I mean, we're gonna have to wait. I will have to wait, unfortunately. Yeah. So I don't know what else to talk about. That's all I got. Yeah. My lips are a little bit dry. Yep. All right. Well, maybe we'll. I'm gonna try to do. We're doing another freaking live stream tomorrow, I think, guys. Well, maybe not. Maybe I'm gonna work on like a. Maybe I'll work on an actual video tomorrow. That's probably what I should do. Justin Kinsler, unpopular opinion. You don't need the ramps for the control. I don't know. You definitely don't need the back one. The back one seems stupid. It's like freaking teeny tiny. It's like I don't understand it. Yeah. Who knows? Thoughts on the Bunker King loader? There is another YouTube channel I have called Paintball Ruined. No, it's not called that. It's called Ruined Clips. There is a link in the description at the very top of this. If you click that link and go to that channel, there's a video on my thoughts about the control from the live stream yesterday. Charlie Scott with a 10-pound super chat. Thanks for the 10 quid, sir. That's about $12.40 in US dollars. Well, actually, it might be worth about 8 cents soon. I appreciate that. Okay, so we're just starting to ban anyone. Anyone I think that's like, you know, somewhat fucking annoying. Yeah. I appreciate that, sir. So we're going to try, I don't know if tomorrow I'm going to do a live stream. I wanted to like, you know, do live streams constantly all week. But tomorrow I think I will work on that Stormer Elite video. So we can actually do that. I keep meaning to do it, but like I sit down and write and I'm so distracted. I like can't like stop to write and think about what I want to say about it. It's difficult. Jordan Sparks, hello again. Opinions on visors on high-end masks. I don't know. Go for it. I can do whatever you want. If I could wear a visor, I probably would. Yeah. Live stream schedules, no, I do not have one. I would like to make one. We're going to figure that out. The thing that I have, the problem I have with visors is that like the way I hold my gun. So I think because I'm tall, I kind of like, when I'm shooting, sometimes my shoulder ends up back here further, and I think I like hold stuff weird sometimes. I don't know. But a lot of the time when I wear a visor, if I have a visor on, let's pretend like my hat is the visor, I like hit the hopper all the time. Like I'll be shooting and my like freaking hopper is hitting my visor. So it drives me crazy. If I didn't have that problem, I'd probably wear a visor on any mask I own. I actually like the way it looks. I like the way it looks because no one does it though, and everybody hates on it. So I say do it. Randy G with that $5, sir. Thank you. Rent 2.0. I don't know what that means. Oh yeah, right. Seriously. Or Paintball Ruined My Life 1.5. Or should I just wait for Paintball Ruined My Life 2.0? We're started. 2.0 is started. That's what we're doing right now. I'd like to think so, at least. We're gonna find out. I mean, this whole thing is like contingent on the paintball industry, you know? Like, yeah. I don't know. It's gonna be interesting. I have no idea. Yeah. Definitely Rent 2.0. You know what's crazy is like how our government, how the US federal government is like, oh yeah, we're gonna give everybody money. It's like, what the fuck? Why? What? Like, what? Why haven't you just given everyone money to fix the economy and everyone's lives all along? Like, if we can just give everybody money and just be like, yep, cool. It's like, we should have just done that a long time ago. I don't know. It's very weird. This is very odd. Easy Kelfade. $4.99 super chat. I appreciate it. What do you think of the LV1.6 for the 1.5? I have the 1.5 now. Don't see anything really that would make me want to get something new. I'm with you. Yeah, there is no reason. Yeah, I think Eclipse has even said that. They're like, if you have an LV 1.5, don't even buy the 1.6. You know? I think that the only reason they're really making the 1.6 is because they stopped making the 1.5. You know, like, yeah, that's really the only reason. So instead of like re-releasing the 1.5, they just changed the name a little bit. Yeah, that's really all they did. I mean, they made the solenoid serviceable, so now you can take apart the solenoid and repair the solenoid, which, if you use the gun a lot, is probably cool. But if you're not playing with it like every single weekend, it's probably not that big a deal. Typically, these solenoids are having problems at like 400 to 300,000 shots. That's a lot of shots. So you kind of have to be playing quite a bit to get the gun to that many shots. Dude, it's yeah, I imagine macroeconomics was kind of a bit crazy the last like week. It's just very interesting. I mean, like, we're definitely going to test out this UBI thing, aren't we? And we're instantly going to see if it has any effect on the economy or not. Because what's kind of crazy is they're going to give it to people that probably have jobs. You know, you're just going to get an extra $1,200 or something. I don't. Everything's changed so fast, guys. We should all like pause. I mean, like, seriously, like pause and notice that like nothing has happened in this country like this since Pearl Harbor. Many years ago. Most of the people alive don't have living memory of craziness like this before. So it's very interesting to like pause and just understand that everything just changed. 9/11? No. 9/11 is weak compared to this. Everything just changed. I was alive during 9/11. I remember that. Do you remember the whole country going on lockdown and everyone losing their jobs for 9/11? No. It's not even close. Like, nothing really happened with 9/11, if you think about it. Like, yeah, a bunch of people died and it sucked, but like, then it just stopped. And we went to war, sure, a lot of crazy shit happened, but like, this is different. This is different. Different. Yeah. I'm not trying to minimize 9/11. I mean, that shit was... I said the other day, I went outside and it felt like 9/11 outside, where everyone was sad and it was quiet and crazy. Yeah. Pearl Harbor changed everything. Like, World War II changed everything at the blink of an eye. And about a week ago was that inflection point where everything was about to change forever. It's crazy. Nightmare! We're talking about how paintball's done for. This event is going to change the world in ways we can't imagine. Absolutely. I've tried to, like, instill that into people, and, like, people don't understand. They're like, I'm going to work next week. I'm like, yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know. Yeah. Anyway. When do you predict most fields will reopen? Dude, I don't know that. You're going to have to ask, like, a virologist or somebody that knows way more. Because, like, it's not up to paintball when the field's open, you know? It's up to, like, I don't know. It's honestly up to us. It's very important that we, like, don't help spread this thing. Because the more we, like, go out and talk to people and, like, spread this thing, the more it's going to get worse. And the more and the longer the paintball fields will not stay open. I know some channels on Twitch aren't talking about COVID, but you don't mind. I don't really want to, but like, how do you not? Like, I don't understand. Like, if we just went to World War III with Iran and China, would we not talk about it? You know, like, it's kind of crazy not to. Like, I don't want to spend time and focus on it. That's why I'll, you know, randomly start answering questions and want stuff planned, you know, but I know that me watching some videos of people that I watch on the internet talk about it and kind of voice opinions is kind of cool. It's a good way to, I don't know, just know that we're all in this together, and it kind of sucks for everyone. So, no matter where you are in the world, it's worse for some people than others. Anyway. Okay, guys, I'm out of here. If, again, guys, if you want questions answered in an AMA-style video and ask me anything, whether it's paintball stuff or, like, personal-ish questions, we're answering those. We're not talking about SARS-CoV-2. I'm not going to discuss SARS or MERS or any cool virus tech stuff. Don't worry. Paintball and stuff right there. Probably stay to, like, 15 questions. Okay, guys. It's been real. I love you. If you have family you're with tonight, go say what's up to them too.